Check. Live. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the building once again. What's going on, man? And y'all are here. I appreciate y'all being early. We are early. That's right. I got 7 people in the building that are early, baby. That's what I'm talking about, man. Beat me to the webinar, yo. That's what I'm talking about, yo. Real Canna in the building, ladies and gentlemen, man. Welcome to another webinar series, baby. We took a little bit of time off, man. Summertime fine, summertime wine. Got to get it right, get it tight. But now it's time, August. Y'all know what it is, man. Conference coming up. We need to go hard. So everybody in the building, man, I need y'all to throw it up. Throw it up in the chat. Let me know who's in the building. Everybody, throw it up in the chat. Let me know who's here in the building. First up, man. Let me know so I can shout y'all out. Jay Smart, big up to you, man. Shadow Grow, man. Shadow Grow Gardens in the building, man. Our Master Growers in the building. Big up to you, Jay Smart. Big up to everybody else, man. Throw it up in the chat so I can see who everybody's up in the building, y'all. And we can get busy today, man. We're going to have a lot of fun here. We're going to learn about some very important topics today, ladies and gentlemen. Very important, man, because after you build these businesses and you do everything else to get them going, you got to protect your assets, baby. You got to protect the assets, man, because you can do all that hard work for no reason and just get it taken and swiped right from under you, man. So, you know, this is the time, baby, when we got to do it big, ladies and gentlemen. So big up to y'all, big up to y'all, big up to y'all. Class is lit. What's up? Class is lit back in the building. Brian DeRolla Evans in the building. What's up, Class? And Jay Smart in the building. Y'all throw it up right now, man. Let me know. Jack Palace is in the building. CannaCoverage representative, baby. He's in the building. Jack Palace. Mr. D-Risk. D-Risk. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, man, we got a bunch of secrets, man, and y'all gonna learn them today, man. I told you, we don't hold anything back. You know what I mean? Latiana, what's up, Latiana? Big up to you. Rosette's in the building. Roseland Edibles, let's go. Roseland Edibles in the building. Yeah, this is gonna be good, ladies and gentlemen, because this is gonna be, I told y'all, I'm pulling out consultations from these individuals, man, that would cost you thousands of dollars. And plus, when you do these types of consultations aren't worth it unless you know the right questions to ask. It requires those individuals who've been in business a long time, know a lot of different things like myself, that will ask some of the right questions that give you the intel that you need, man. So that's what we're doing here, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna make sure that we got some really, really high-end stuff that we're gonna talk about today that nobody talks about in insurance. You know what I mean? Insurance is something that we all just wanna get and put it to the side and forget about it, but it's not that. When you learn how to use it as a tool, ladies and gentlemen, it's a financial tool. You know what I mean? A big time financial tool. So we got to learn how to do everything we're going to do. And we got Mr. Jeff Booker here, COO in the building, Michelle, CEO of CannaCoverage, man. And they're doing some big things. And they're going to answer all our questions today, guys. They're going to give us all of the blueprints, all the secrets, all the everything that nobody talks about until it's time to go up for your policy. And then you get people just trying to sell you on something. I'm going to get you the real deal, baby. The real deal, real deal, real deal. Let's go. All right. Let me see who else is in the building. Everybody throw it up, man. Jack Palace in the building. Who else is here? Let me see. OMG in the building. Fun guy. Guy Tano. Yes, baby. Guy Tano in the building, and he's running the psychedelics division of CannaCoverage, man. If you guys didn't know that, Guy Tano, the big psychedelics guy. That's right. He's built for this. King Gregory in the building, baby. What's up, King Gregory? Let's go, my brother. I see you always popping it off, having events, man, doing it big. Big up to King Gregory, big up to NYC, big up to Uptown, big up to all my cats up there, man, doing it live. King Gregory, we're going to do it big, baby, this year, October 18th and 19th, ladies and gentlemen. We got the conference coming, y'all, so you know what it is, man. All right. I got to get into some announcements, and then we're going to get back into shout-outs. Everybody throw it up, man. Let me know where y'all from, too, in the chat as well, man. Let me know where y'all from. Everybody, where you checking in from? We got Jersey Strong. I need to see Jersey Strong. I need to see my Tennessee cats, my Florida cats, my Cali cats, my Oregon cats. Everybody in the building, throw it up. Let me know where you're at, man, real quick. All right, real quick. All right, here we go. Let me see Valerie, TACFO. She's always representing. Big up to you, Valerie. Redding, California, in the building, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the West Coast. She's up early, making sure that she tunes into the webinars, man. Big up to you, Valerie. Big up to you, Valerie. You are dedicated, baby. You are dedicated to the craft. She's always here, always learning, man, and that's what it's about, man. If you're a true student, if you're a true business person, baby, you're always a student of the game. You're never going to know everything, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter how much bank account, how much you got in the bank account. It doesn't matter how big your company is. You're a constant learning. This is constant learning, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome it. If you like to learn, you're in the right place. Desi's in the building. Desi, Arizona. Let's go. NJ, baby. BK all day. Latiana, BK. Let's go. Yes. King Gregory, you did win your ticket from last year. Make sure you shoot me an email, brother. I got your tickets for you, big dog. No doubt. Yo. Somebody put their name as Gary George is the man. I like you, brother. All right, sister, who did that for me? Big up to y'all. Paramus in the building. Paramus is in the building, baby. Let's go. All right, let's go. Yes. Jay Smart says always amazing information. Big up to you, Jay Smart. Thank you, brother. Thailand in the building. Oh, class is lit. I didn't know you were from Thailand. That's what's up, baby. We got Thailand in the building, y'all. We got to get them some love right now. Thailand's in the building. This is how we do it real Canna, man. Everybody's checking in from all over, man, to learn the inside tricks of the trade, man. And I told you, we not holding nothing back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to let it all out today. Ladies and gentlemen. So let me get on to my announcement so we don't hold you guys up too long. Hey, Jeff, I can see you in the background. I just want you to nod your head, man. Where's Nichelle? Did she have good connection? Did she have good connection or bad connections? She's good? All right. Tell her to come on back in the backstage. I'm going to do about another 5 minutes of intros, of announcements, and then we're going to put you guys on. So big up to all of y'all, man. Big up to big up to everybody. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it started. Y'all know what it is. First announcement of the day. The biggest announcement of the day, ladies and gentlemen. You've been waiting for it. Tickets are live, ladies and gentlemen. Tickets are live. Real Cannabis Psychedelics Entrepreneur Conference. I got to correct my title. Real Cannabis Psychedelics Entrepreneur Conference, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening October 18th and 19th, North New Jersey at the DoubleTree, ladies and gentlemen. Tickets are on sale right now, and it's the super early bird. You get 70% off, but guess what? It's over tonight. Super early bird tickets are going off sale tonight, which means the price is going up tonight at midnight. Grab your tickets today. It's so cheap, ladies and gentlemen. I'm actually losing money selling you the ticket at this price. It costs me more to put you in the building. But ladies and gentlemen, if you jump in early, I would like to reward my people for fast action. If you're about that life, I want to reward you. I'll take money out of my pocket and put it in yours because I know you're going to be a superstar in this game. So let's go. Get a ticket today, ladies and gentlemen. Midnight, it goes up. All right? That's October 18th, 19th, DoubleTree, the largest hotel, the largest ballroom north of AC. We still had to overflow. We still overflowed the parking lot last year, ladies and gentlemen. This year is going to be a freaking zoo because we are introducing psychedelics. So we're having 2 stages this year, ladies and gentlemen, a cannabis stage and a psychedelic stage. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you get there, realcannabisentrepreneur.com. I got speakers coming from all over the place. I got people coming from all over the place. Some of the most important people, man, that you want to link up in Poly with are going to be at the conference. Now, I want to tell you guys one other special thing. Yes, a special thing, ladies and gentlemen. We developed a tool that's going to allow you guys to schedule 10-minute speed networking meetings with any individual, any attendee, speaker, sponsor in the building. You just put in, when you go into the system, you're going to say, hey, system, I am a cultivator, and I'm looking for more retailers or more product developers or whatever you're looking for. And guess what? The system's going to pop up a list of all those individuals who match your criteria. You can then request a 10-minute meeting with those individuals. And throughout the conference, ladies and gentlemen, this is the way that we're going to do bigger business than any other conference, any other seminar, any other anything, because we're going to get right to the business and we're matching and pairing everybody up, ladies and gentlemen. So as the end user, you get to accept or deny any one of those requests so that way you only keep the highest quality and you spend time talking to the highest quality individuals. It's one of my pet peeves. I built it to solve my own problem, the same way I built Real Cannabis Entrepreneur to solve my own problem. I go to these conferences and I spend 99% of the time talking to a bunch of Joe Schmoes and 1% talking to the individuals I really should be talking to and need to talk to. But this is going to allow us to sidestep that, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm telling you right now, y'all better get in there. There's only limited slots for that particular tool. So you better get in there and get a ticket right now because that's going to allow you to do the speed networking all day, every day, 2 days of the conference, October 18th, 19th, and you have access to all of the speakers, all the organizers, all the sponsors, all of everybody, ladies and gentlemen, that you get a chance to meet up with, man. This is revolutionary. I told y'all, man, I'm always doing different stuff, man. I got to think outside the box. Yeah, we got to think outside the box. All right, yes, class list said coming to America soon. All right, but from Jersey, home in Thailand, Tanvi in the building, already got her VIP tickets. Big up to you, Tanvi, for you. She's got VIP tickets already for October 18th, 19th, baby. Let's go. My man Sandy in the building, St. Vincent in the building. Again, we are international, y'all. St. Vincent in the building. Big up to Sandy. Big up to coconuts and cannabinoids. Sandy representing one of our mastermind members is in the building. Gaetano's one of our mastermind members. Rosette's one of our mastermind members. These are all people that are doing it big, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you more about the mastermind group in a minute. So big up to you, Tanvi, in the building. Big up to you in the building, man. Melody will be in the building always, ladies and gentlemen. Blissful Buds Brown, she's one of Real Canna soldiers, always holding it down. You're going to see Melody. She always takes care of you guys at the door and doing everything else on the Real Canna staff. She's always here representing. Big up to you, Melody. Big up. All right. Let me stop playing around. Let me get back to my announcements here. All right, next announcement up, ladies and gentlemen. Next announcement up for all of my dispensary owners in the building. Oh, no. Wait. That one. Dispensary owners in the building. If you're ready to open up and you need to do grand opening, you saw us do it at Evolve. You saw us do it at 10 for 5. You saw us do it at a couple other places, and we got more coming. Lifted in the building. Oh, my gosh. I don't have y'all stuff. But Lifted. Legacy to Lifted, baby. Then the next one's up. Jersey City represent, boy. Y'all gonna see them do it big, man. But anyway, if you're a dispensary owner, ladies and gentlemen, and you get ready to do your grand opening, do not let it be crickets like some of these other grand openings that I've seen and been to. You hire somebody like me who has the biggest, largest list of cannabis enthusiasts and everybody in Jersey. I leverage everything on our list to make sure that your grand opening is popping. I come down, I host the whole thing. We bring prizes, we do stuff, we play games, we make it a whole event, ladies and gentlemen. So if you really want to do your grand opening right, you want to attract people from all over the place, you want to make a big splash, you want to get news coverage, hit us up at realcannamarketing.com. That is realcannamarketing.com, ladies and gentlemen. Realcannamarketing.com to get your dispensary popping. All right, next one up. Anybody going through the licensing process right now? I fell into this role by necessity. So many of my peoples were falling by the wayside and needed help, so I had to start consulting everybody. I never intended to be a consultant, and I'm not really a consultant. I just know all this information, and I can help you save a whole bunch of money. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going through the licensing process and you need help, you need money, you need other things to make your life easier, hit me up, ladies and gentlemen. I got resources for you, and I'm trying to help all my independent entrepreneurs so that we don't get bullied and pushed around by the big dogs. So go to realcannaconsulting.com, ladies and gentlemen. If you need help raising money, if you need help putting everything together to get your retail location, cultivation, or whatever it may be, go to realcannaconsulting.com, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Next up. Let's see. I got another one here. Omnichannel marketing. Now, this is, I got two more, and then we're going, guys. We're going in. All right, omnichannel marketing for cannabis. Guys, these are for product owners. These are for anybody that needs to get to license holders. If you have a product or service and you are trying to get it in front of official cannabis license holders, we have developed the largest database of cannabis license holders in the United States, and I can get in front of them. And guess what, guys? I've been emailing these guys for years about my conference and everything else, so they know me personally. When they receive my emails, they open and read them. And guess what? You can surf in and ride off of my reputation and get it in their inbox to say what it is that you have to offer them. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in that, you're interested in using the same techniques that you see me using to fill our event with thousands of people every year to do it for your own company. Now we are offering that for a limited time, for a very limited time. Go to realcannaadvertising.com. That is realcannaadvertising.com. You got a product or service you need to get it in front of 30,000 license holders, ladies and gentlemen, hit me up. We got an email marketing service and a whole bunch of other things that we use, including our webinars, to make sure that you get visibility. You know what I mean? So, all right, that's omnichannel marketing right there. And then the last one before we get into it is the marketing services for cannabis dispensaries. All of my dispensary owners, guys, if you need that help, man, we've been doing it big, helping everybody with email, helping everybody putting it together, helping them with SEO, helping them with paid search, helping them get out the word every single way and not waste money, because a lot of people are wasting money on wrong services and getting burnt all over the place, calling me crying. So, guys, I am now going to help a handful of, again, I can't do it all, but I'm going to do as many as I can. Go to realcannapush.com, ladies and gentlemen. If you go to realcannapush.com and you need help with marketing and you are a dispensary owner, I got something for you, ladies and gentlemen. So go to realcannapush.com and we can talk more about that thing. All right. And the last one. Oh, I did forget one more, then we're going live. You always heard me talking about our mastermind group, ladies and gentlemen. It started 6 years ago with just 8 of us from New Jersey, including Gaetano, Ken B, Dr. David, and many other speakers that you're going to see on stage. But now it is officially the largest cannabis mastermind group in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Not in the country, in the world. With over 186 cannabis professionals from all over the world. If you're really serious about growing your business, people used to always ask me and say, Gary, you know, guys, I own a 27-year-old digital marketing agency. And people would say, Gary, how did you stay in business over all this time when everybody else fell by the wayside? Almost everyone's gone. And I used to always say, guys, you know, I did it I was never scared to invest in myself, to put myself around people that were smarter than me. And that is the key to it all. I was in many mastermind groups, many other things that were people that were doing it 10 years, 20 years ahead of me that were teaching me so that I wouldn't fall into those same traps. That's exactly what this mastermind group is, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't want to fall into those traps and you don't have anybody to talk to about it, and there's not even professionals, some of this stuff is not even Googleable. You can't find it. These are the information. You got to surround yourself with people that are doing it just like you. So if you're really serious, this is a paid group and you got to qualify to be in. This is not just for any Joe Schmo. But if you're really serious, go to realcannabisentrepreneur.com/mastermind. That is realcannabisentrepreneur.com/mastermind, ladies and gentlemen, to apply to get in our mastermind group of 186 cannabis professionals from all over the world. We got including in 8 countries. So this one's off the hook, ladies and gentlemen. If you really want to get busy, go there right now. realcannabisentrepreneur.com/mastermind. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's enough of the announcements. We're going to get into it. Are y'all ready? Y'all ready, man? All right, y'all. We're going to get it. We're going to get into it. We got Jeff Booker. We got Michelle back there. We're going to make it happen, y'all. We're ready to bring CannaCoverage in. Y'all know how we do it, Real Canna. Y'all know how we do it, Real Canna, right? When we bring everybody on stage, what do we got to do? We got to make them feel some love. So right now, we got CannaCoverage. I want everybody to hit that CC in the chat. CC right now in the chat. Everybody hit CC in the chat right now so we can bring them in. We got to clap for him with his keyboard. Clap for him with the keyboard, ladies and gentlemen. CC on the chat. Let's go. Let's blow them up. Let's get them hyped, y'all. Hit C's on the button. Everybody on your keyboard, hit C, 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 C. Let's get them hyped. Yeah. Come on, y'all. Let's go. I can't bring them out until they get hyper. Oh, yeah. Y'all getting them in. I didn't even see y'all down there. All right. Let's go. Without further ado, Mr. Jeff Booker's in the building. What's up, Jeff?
Yeah, how you doing, boss? What's going on?
All right. I'm doing great, man. Yes, good to see you, brother. Good to see you in the building, man.
I like that track. You know, I like that. I like that.
Yes, man, and I'm glad you're here, brother. We're gonna do it big. Thank you so much for taking time out of the schedule, man, to come over here and bless us with some great information. You know, we're gonna go through a bunch of things, and I told y'all see how I write up all of the different webinars and tell y'all all of the goodies that you're about to receive. And we got the expert right here, Mr. Jeff Booker, the expert, man. He's the one writing the policies. He's the one understanding what has to go down when it comes to, you know, all of the rest of the insurance process. So we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty, guys. We're not just gonna ask the surface level stuff. We don't need to know that. We need to get into the deeper stuff so that we can really understand what's going to give us the biggest bang for the buck and how to use insurance as a financial tool, something to protect your assets and something to build on your assets as well. So Jeff, man, without further ado, I want you to give a short intro, Jeff, for who you are, man, what it is you do and all that good stuff. Let everybody know who doesn't know who Jeff Booker is, who CannaCoverage is. Let them know who that is, man.
Absolutely. Again, appreciate the opportunity, Gary, to be on with you. I always enjoy your content. You're always doing it big. For those who don't know me, my name is Jeff Booker. I'm the founder and chief operating officer of CannaCoverage Insurance Services, based here in Newark, New Jersey, Brick City.
Let's go.
That's right. And we are doing business coast to coast from the Garden State. I have been in the insurance industry for almost 30 years. I have worked on all sides of the industry, working with large groups, small group, working with the public sector, private sector, nonprofit, commercial business. But about 4 years ago, my distinguished partner and I, Nichelle Santos, started CannaCoverage Insurance Services to be a resource to the emerging cannabis, CBD, and hemp industry as it gets open in the state of New Jersey and other places to provide quality risk management, to provide quality insurance services to make sure that a bad day didn't put you out of business, right? Because it will if you do not properly manage your risk, and transfer your risk via insurance. So again, we're going to get real nerdy with it today on the insurance, because you're going to learn something today. So stay with us.
Yeah, man, that's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. I told y'all we don't dig into the surface, so you got to get ready to put your thinking cap on. Jeff's going to dig into this bad boy, and we're going to dig into him, man, and have him, because we got the expert here, y'all. So, you know, if y'all got some questions, also put them up in the chat, man. Y'all know how I do. I'll go through y'all questions as I get down to it, man. What's up, Dad Rigger in the building? And we'll definitely get into it. Hold on, we got Nichelle here as well. Nichelle in the building. What's up, Nichelle? Looking all
hey,
submarine.
You guys, how you doing?
Looking all submarine tropical. Yeah, baby.
Yes.
What's up? How you doing, Nichelle?
I'm doing well, doing well. I'm reporting live from Martha's Vineyard. So thank you so much for having me here. We had some problems with the Wi-Fi, but I managed to get on my trusted phone. So hopefully it will sustain as well.
It will. Nichelle in the building from Martha's Vineyard. She's always doing it big, y'all. Always doing it big. But yes, man, we just had Jeff here giving a brief intro about CannaCoverage, letting them all know what you guys do and all that good stuff. I'm not going to waste too much time because we know we got to get into nitty gritty. We got the experts here, y'all, and we going to lay it down. We're going to put it down, and we're going to ask the real questions today. So I'm going to start off soft, give y'all a little overview, and then we're going to dig into the nitty gritty, man, because they've been telling me some stuff on the phone, and I'm going to pull it out for y'all and get it and make sure that you get that same information. So, Nichelle and Jeff, I want to ask you first question number one. All right. What type of insurance coverages are some of the most mission critical, but also some of the most overlooked or devalued coverages by the business owner? See, this is the important part, y'all. Y'all need to pay attention to it, because when we go in as business owners, we try to tell them what we want and what to do, but it's counterintuitive to go to a mechanic and tell them how to fix your car, man. Like, if you go to the professional, just let them tell you what you need and go with it. That's why you're paying for their expertise. So guys, Jeff and Nichelle, I want to know what types of insurance coverages are most mission critical, but the business owners tend to overlook them all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I can get started, and okay. Jeff can fill in anything that I may have missed. But it really depends on what sector of business you're in. Are you a cultivator? Are you a manufacturer? Do you own a retail dispensary? Is it delivery or distribution? Are you an ancillary business? So it all starts with that risk assessment of understanding what your business is, what the state requirements are, what the local requirements are, what the landlord may require in the lease. So just in general, we start out with protecting the property, protecting that dwelling that your business exists in, and all the business contents inside, all your business property, the product that you sell or cultivate or manufacture, general liability, right? To protect from personal injury, bodily injury, incidents that may happen on the premises. And then there's product liability, right? Really critically important. We want to help protect public health and safety, right? So if anyone alleges any event within any of those three lines of coverage, automatically you have a problem right there. And the insurance carriers have a duty to defend. So that means that you automatically get a team of attorneys to help defend this alleged case, right? And if you go it alone, it doesn't look pretty, right? If you walk into an attorney's office and say, hey, I'm a cannabis operator, I own a manufacturing facility, and someone has alleged that they had an adverse effect from the product. Well, that attorney is going to probably ask you at least for $50,000 or $100,000 as a retainer, right? So if you're going it alone, that's coming out of the business pot, right? That's your profit, or it may be coming out of your personal pocket. So and
we're going to talk about some of that, Nichelle. I'm going to cut you off because I got some other questions we're going to get into. I want to get into some very specific topics pertaining to a lot of what you just said, because I want to drill it into our audience head and help them understand the importance of these things, right? But that was good. You did exactly what I wanted, was a quick overview of the insurance types so we can all get familiar, right? So you said product liability, regular liability, right? Property, general liability, property, and what else? And that's basically the big three.
There's so much more. There's a full portfolio of insurance services, right?
Yes.
So that's three of the top that we like to mention. You want to jump in here, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, those really are the foundational ones. One of the questions that Gary asked was, what are the things that people don't think about, right? That they need to think about as it pertains to these coverages. And there are a couple that come to mind. One is employment practices liability, EPL, insurance that protects the business from lawsuits from their employees. Unfortunately, these things happen, right? This is a very litigious industry. especially within the employer-employee relationship. We have been writing a lot of business as it pertains to employment practices liability, and also directors and officers liability coverage, which provides coverage for the owners of the company and the management, or those who run the companies day to day, to protect and wall off your personal assets, right, from and being protected from a lawsuit. So those things are very important. Last thing I will say is within the partnership structures, all these LLCs have been created, and you got partners and all that. Is there a buy-sell agreement in place between the partners that would provide the ability or the mechanism to buy out a now sadly deceased partner or disabled partner, to buy out the family's interest, those types of things, and to provide resources and cash to the business for that key person that was part of the partnership? These things are very important. Nobody's talking about this, but these are things that single organization, if you're a law firm or you're accountants or whatever, etc., they have these kind of coverages in place. Cannabis companies need it as well, right? It's the same thing.
Yeah, man. Good answer, Jeff. Good answer on that, man. And I want to reiterate some things, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I've been in business 30 years. I worked in so many different industries. I've seen so many different things, and I've seen so many different businesses that have gone through. There was an anomaly when you saw someone that were partners and one of their partners passed away, or one of the business was run by the one guy and he passed away and he died, right? And there was no what you call succession planning, right? That was the first time I heard about that, succession planning and all the things that you're supposed to do that we don't think about, because we all just think we're going to be on the planet forever, but we're not, right? So we got to start thinking about things that are going to help cover us in all of those instances, man. But key man insurance, that was something that was a big thing. It's a big thing in the entertainment industry. It's a big thing all over. Something that, again, in cannabis, I don't think we take it as seriously, but it's something that you need to consider, especially like Jeff, you were talking about in terms of buying out interest and buying out a partner or those are things, man, that in the beginning, we all put it to the side, but later down the line, it becomes super important things that could create so many bottlenecks in your business. So it's so worth it putting it in place in the beginning. So yeah, that was a super, super good answer on that one, Jeff. I want to give you guys another one. Now, cannabis is different, because we got a lot of crazy things going on in cannabis, right? This business is slightly different than the average. Slightly is an exaggeration, right? But what are some of the things that cannabis business owners need to be aware of, right? In terms of the extra things, the snafus to look out for as a cannabis company. Now, there's some very specifics as a cannabis company. We talk about litigious industries, ladies and gentlemen, but let me tell you, I talk to all of my dispensary owners across the country, and they all tell me the same thing. They say all employees are flaky and they love to sue you at a drop of a dime. They all told me that emphatically. So let's talk about, be aware of some of the things, that extra things, the snafus to look at as a cannabis company. What, as a cannabis company, being different?
Yep.
Yeah, it's not just about insurance. It's about practicing really great risk management. And within risk management, there's something called compliance. You want to protect your license. That's your number one asset. So having strong compliance systems, your standard operating procedures, we will come out and do a risk assessment. We'll check out your SOPs. We'll take a deep dive and see if it's something that you just keep on a shelf, whether it's a set of books or it's just a software that you keep in your computer, but you haven't really activated it or implemented these systems. We talk to folks about having a strong human resources foundation, right? Code of ethics, making sure people have been trained on the code of ethics, they understand it, and they've signed off on it. So employee onboarding is critically important. And when those inspectors come into your facility, they want to know that your employees all operate in the same fashion. It's uniform, and they know how to respond when things occur. So
now, hold on, I'm going to stop you right there, ladies and gentlemen. I want y'all to pay attention to something Michelle said that was very important, man. Very important here, right? When you're putting this whole thing together and you're thinking about the structure of your company and things that you need to do to protect your company. All right, you always have to kind of look at the full picture of what's going on inside of the business and understand some of the things that you need to. I lost my point. I was going with a point and I lost it right there. Damn. Keep going, Nichelle. I'll get it back. But you said something good. I'll get it back.
Easiest way is to get picked off in terms of claims is that EPL, employment practices liability. So someone alleging harassment, discrimination, problems with hours and wages, and those folks will quickly get an attorney, and now that's something that a trigger a claim, and now you really have a problem.
It just came back. You said it now, Nichelle. That's what I was going at. Yes, you were talking about HR and the importance of having onboarding. See, some people think these are just keywords and things that you have to do, and it's just a process, right? But it's a lot more than that, y'all. Your onboarding process, the things that you do in terms of your documentation, the SOPs, you need to have your insurance professionals helping you define those things. You hear on the shelf says we come out and we help you with those things, putting those things together, because those are the documents that they're going to come back to when you get into trouble, when any one of those employees tries to say something frivolous about you didn't do this or didn't do that. The only way you can prove it is with the documentation and the procedures that you put them through in the very beginning. So it's extremely important to develop a team, HR team, insurance team. All of these people have to be involved in your processes of bringing on employees. Otherwise, you are exposing yourself to some liability. So that was my point, Nichelle. You made a good one. I just wanted to say, piggyback off of that.
It's very true. And I would just add and amplify, the fact that, it's very important to be able to attract and retain talent, right? How do you do that, right? You do it with a robust recruiting and onboarding process. You document everything. If you didn't document it, you didn't do it, period, right? If you can't prove that you did it with a signature or a document, it didn't happen, right? So it's like any other business. These are things that we're all used to in our previous lives, careers, and all of that. It's the same thing here, because what you're doing is building a foundation and building a defense, right? So that when the lawsuit comes that might be frivolous and he said, she said, and they never told me, well, yeah, I did. It's right here, right? Your signature's right here, right? So we had this conversation. If you didn't document it, you didn't do it. And it's very important to do that, because then when the suit comes, we're going to pull out that employment practices liability policy, that directors and officers liability policy for the owners and for the management, to say, we followed our SOPs, everything was done right. You're going to defend us, and that's what they do, right? So it makes the attorney's job easier when you got it all on the file, right? So
Yeah, I like that, man. The more you guys talk about this, the more I say, man, you guys are like the most important individuals almost besides attorney when it comes to times putting together the documentation for employee onboarding, HR, and everything else. Because who else would I go? Why would I not use my insurance professionals to make sure that they tell me every little thing that they know that's going to be on the other side if something goes wrong, because they service both sides, y'all. Why would I get them to just tell me, yo, Gary, make sure you got this, make sure you do that, make sure you do this, don't do that, do this, right? Putting together all your documentation you need. They're the quarterback of this thing to ensure that you don't, what we're all scared about, lawsuits, right? These are the people going to help us get away from a lawsuit. It's insurance, man. So that's really dope. You guys are helping me understand even more deeply the importance of insurance in the business perspective, man. But this is good. Go ahead, Nichelle.
Not all insurance brokerage firms are created equally, right? We are risk managers at our root. And I'm sorry, my voice is a little shaky today. I'm on vacation, okay? So
you got smoking hash last night, haven't you, Nichelle? We are CannaCoverage, y'all. Go ahead, though. What you say, Nichelle?
So risk management, we're here to help lessen the severity and the frequency of having claims. So that means you become educated, empowered, made aware of all the what's the term?
Dangers. The risk, the dangers, everything. Yeah.
To the cannabis industry, right? And that's what we're here to protect you with, putting those systems in place, implementation, documentation, and just being prepared for the unexpected. We don't want you to try to prevent that from happening. And that's what we do with real risk mitigation tools.
Yeah, man, I love it. I love it. And guys, I've been in business a long time, so I've experienced all types of crazy stuff in terms of law and lawsuits and this and that, dealing with clients and other client suits and stuff like that. And I learned a lot from my clients who got into lawsuits, because you become a target. The more money you make as a company, you become more of a target for individuals to come after you with frivolous lawsuits and stuff like that. I work with a lot of entertainers, and of course, they're big targets for frivolous lawsuits. So I learned a lot from them as well. But I wanted to reiterate this one here. And I saw this always being a big overarching factor when it comes to the lawsuits and insurance, right? Everyone is concerned about how to protect your personal assets, because at the end of the day, right, even with an LLCs, everybody think an LLC protects you, but it only protects you but so much. That's limited liability, but there's so much. And there's something called piercing the corporate veil, that the big attorneys will come in and they will look at your stuff and they will find other ways to say, nope, we can go after your personal assets too, not just your business assets. That is when insurance becomes gravely important as a business owner. And I want you guys to talk a little bit about that and talk about how you can prevent and protect yourself in those situations from them coming after your personal assets, your home, your cars. Guys, this is the most important one on here. Let's listen to the experts tell us how to protect ourselves. Let's go, Jeff and Michelle.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It goes back to an earlier comment when I was talking about directors and officers coverage. That is a policy that is specifically written to provide a defense in the event that someone tries to go after your personal assets, right? As an owner of the company, or as a general manager, or as management of the store or of the business, right? That policy is designed to provide a duty to defend you and represent you in those cases, and to help you wall off your personal assets and your personal business and things away from those in a corporate setting trying to get after your personal assets. You cannot stop them from suing, but you can provide yourself a defense, a robust defense that may have $1 million or $2 million or $3 million in coverage to settle eventually, potentially a potential claim that may be sitting out there, and to protect your personal assets and your personal business. So those policies do. Not enough companies have them in place. More and more are putting them in place. More of our clients putting them in place. Companies that many of you know here in New Jersey are stepping in that space. They've been open a little while, got low cash flow, and they're making the investment in that coverage to protect their business, so that a bad day doesn't put you out of business, because it will if you don't appropriately cover yourself in the right way.
Yeah, great answer, Jeff. Yes, y'all heard it, man. The directors and officers, everybody write that down. Directors and officers, D&O insurance. Make sure you ask for that. And just like you said, as you get more cash flow, you build it up. I assume that's a bit more expensive coverage, right? Because coverage expense goes with the amount of risk that's involved with it. So that's why Jeff's saying some of them who developed and gotten their cash flow going are now starting to invest in the directors and officers thing. And that's what you need, guys, is someone like Michelle and Jeff also to help you define your plan. In the beginning, you might not have enough money to invest in the D&O insurance. Just like you might just need this, or you might have X amount of dollars. You need your professional to tell you what to prioritize, what to pay for first, second, third, and then say, as soon as you get enough money, go to the next one. As soon as you get enough money for this, then go to this coverage, because that's going to help you down the run. And the more your business becomes mature, the more likelihood you have and the more risk you have overall. So,
Gary, yeah. Let me just quickly just tack on that a little bit. Our role as your insurance consultant and broker, we have a responsibility, a fiduciary responsibility, to help you understand the coverage that you should have. Right? We're going to show you what a fully mature insurance portfolio looks like. We understand as you're getting open, a lot of folks are not going to be able to afford everything all at once, right? So we're going to start with general liability. Then we're going to do property, right? And product liability. Those are the main three that you got to have to kind of get open. Right behind that is workers' comp, right? The state requires it, right? So these are things that you, in the right sequence, that you need to have. You may not be able to afford directors and officers or employment practices liability out the gate. It is expensive, but it's a lot more expensive to have a $500,000 claim that you can't afford, right? So,
buddy.
So do it in sequence, right? Our role is to show you the big picture, and now I start checking them off. right? One by one.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a great way to approach it, man. And ladies and gentlemen, you guys need to take note of exactly that. They say it's a portfolio of insurance coverages that you need to have. And over time, understanding what you need from the beginning helps you have a better overview of where your company's going. So that's why you need professionals like this, not just people who come and sell you a policy and just say, here you go. That's policy. You asked me for this. Here you go. That's a robot. You need people who are advisors. You need consultants. You need people that are going to say, no, you don't need that. Do this, do that, do this, do that, do this. That's what I'm always looking for in my service provider partners, is people that are going to basically tell me what to do, and I trust them. I know they know their stuff, so I don't have to worry about it. That's the way you grow business, ladies and gentlemen. Micromanaging is for small business. Don't micromanage. All right. All right. Anyway, let's talk this now. Next one. This is a good one, y'all. Listen up to this, y'all. Listen up to this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to ask a good one on this one. What should you look for when searching for the right cannabis insurance company? What should we all be looking for? If they happen to not go to CannaCoverage and they're over some Joe Schmo coverage company or whatever, what kind of questions should they ask? What should they be looking for? What kind of red flags should we be looking for if an insurance company says it, or they don't do this, or they do that? I want to know, what should we look for when we're searching for the right cannabis insurance agency?
Well, I mentioned it before. Not all insurance brokerage firms are equally built. Our goal is to prevent those claims from happening. So anyone can write an insurance policy if they are qualified. They have their producer's license, they're licensed with the State Department of Banking and Insurance, right? So an agency can provide that policy, but this is an emerging market. And like Jeff said, it's a very litigious country we live in, and folks are alleging, all sorts of claims. And this is a new market. So you have to think about how the jury will react should your case go to trial and members of the jury say, oh, it's the cannabis industry, it's the drug business, and those stigmas will come into play. Really,
that's a good point.
Have a portfolio of insurance, have that risk mitigation, have your compliance intact with proper policies and procedures. That's what we provide. So yeah, there's competitors out there, but they're not doing what we're doing, taking that holistic approach, being really proactive with our clients.
Yeah. And I would add to that, Gary, and just sort of amplify what Nichelle was saying, but I would add to that point. There are a lot of people, as the industry is being stood up, who are starting to, from the insurance industry, that are starting to dabble in cannabis insurance. Oh, this is a new emerging market. I've been selling life insurance for 30 years. Let me go try this, right, or whatever. Doesn't work. That does not work. You cannot dabble. The policies are very specific. The exclusions are many. If you don't know how to read a policy, you want to work with somebody where this is their focus, right? Yes, we do have another book of business, a separate company that we have, but we have a whole company with a whole team that is focused in the cannabis industry because it is unique, it is different, it is something that requires a level of specialization, right? So you're going to have, oh, this guy was my Allstate agent, now he's trying to sell me, cannabis insurance. Well, that's cute, right? But we have spent the last several years getting into the space, becoming experts, and dare I say, you will not find another agency that has our level of expertise, that has our positioning with carriers and programs and underwriters, certainly in the tri-state area. We believe that CannaCoverage is uniquely positioned and has the right experience and really able to help lead you through the minefield of risk management, because risk management is so important. In order to manage your risk, you have to first assess your risk, right? A risk assessment is required. It's risk assessment that will help us understand how to mitigate the risks that the assessment illuminated for us, right? And then lastly is risk transfer, and that's insurance. Assessment, mitigation, based on the assessment. And then whatever risks are still remaining, we then transfer that to an insurance company. That's insurance. That's what we do.
That's a great explanation, Jeff. Big up to Jeff Booker, baby. I like that. That was a solid explanation, baby, of how insurance works. You know what I mean? When we come into these industries, man, it's a lot of rigmarole, a lot of paperwork, these boring industries, right? And you gotta find a way to make it exciting, right? That's why I big up the Geico and all their ad team who made insurance fun, man. Took a boring industry and they were the first ones who said, you know, we're gonna put fun into this thing and we're gonna educate everybody the same way. It always works out that way, man. And that's where I wanted to put you guys on here, because you need to hear it this way. I'm learning in real time at the same time. I'm learning. I talk to Michelle and Jeff on the phone, y'all, and I learn from them all the time. And I'm learning from them in real time. I'm telling y'all, this never stops. You're never going to stop as a learner in business unless you're going to die, unless you're not going to keep growing your business. You got to keep learning, man. So that's really, really good. Yeah, and you take go ahead, Michelle. What'd you say?
Shout out to Jack Pallas, our Vice President of Risk Management. He's on the call. He's in the chat, and I
Jack
see
Pallas. Let's go, Jack. Mr. D-Risk. Mr. D-Risk himself. Jack is always on the grind, my man. All right, yes, man. This is how we're doing the big CannaCoverage, and they're pulling in everybody. Y'all see, man, and this is what we like to see in organic growth, man. Seriously, in the businesses that are coming out of New Jersey. This is one of the biggest reasons that I did this whole conference, was to make sure that our industry wasn't overrun with a whole bunch of bigger, larger corporations, out-of-state guys who don't give a damn about nothing but we got going on here in Jersey. It's better to have our small, independent entrepreneurs that are really representative of what the industry should look like, man. That's the way that we're going to make our stuff and be able to control it more so. So big up to y'all for bringing everybody together, getting Jack Pallas in, getting Guy Tanner, getting everybody in, making them all come to say, man, listen, this is an opportunity, and you guys are spreading it around. So big up to y'all, man, for doing the damn thing on that, man. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. All right, here we go. We got 10 minutes left, y'all. Got to get some more good stuff out of them, y'all. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go to some of y'all questions. Hold on, I'm gonna go to some of y'all questions now, because I know I've been ignoring y'all. Let me go to some of y'all questions. All right. While I'm searching for this, I want to ask y'all one other question, Jeff and Michelle. Product liability claims. Those are scary. For all product owners, we all know, man, especially anything edible. Anything edible, again, me working in being a marketer and working in multiple industries for many years, and I worked in nutraceuticals for quite some time and supplements for quite some time. Anything you put in your mouth, oh my goodness, your level of risk goes from here to there. You know what I mean? So let's talk about product liability, because that's always scary to me. And any consumer can do something and say, oh, that made me sick, or that made me sick, or they were doing something else that made them sick, and they blame it on your product, right? It happens all the time. So let's talk about ways that we can be safe. And what can we do to protect ourselves with product liability? I got a lot of product owners on this call today. So let's talk about that.
Yep, there are a couple of things that come to mind on product liability. A lot of folks, we know who many of them are, and so do you. Folks that had an intention to open a dispensary. Whatever reason, they didn't go that route, couldn't find the funding, couldn't find real estate, whatever the situation might be. So what they've done is they've created a brand, right? And they've had an MSO that manufacture the product and all of that, but it's their brand. And so many of them had told us, well, the manufacturer, the MSO, they have insurance. I don't need it. Wrong. So when a claim happens because somebody got sick, or God forbid they died or something, and they say it was your stuff or it was your product, your name is on it. You're getting sued. The manufacturers are getting sued. The cultivators are getting sued. Everybody back to the cultivator. Everybody is getting sued, right? From seed to sale, you're all getting sued. The manufacturer's policy has no obligation to defend you as an entity, as an individual, because the policy that they have is designed to protect them. You know what I mean? And even if you were a named insured in there, even if you were, do you really want to put that at risk? And say, okay, I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that I'm covered. You need your own policy with you as the insured to protect you in a situation like that. So that's if something were to happen. But backing it up even further, what are your SOPs? What are your processes and procedures? What is your internal risk management to make sure that you reduce the severity and the frequency of claims so that it didn't even happen in the first place? Product liability is very serious, whether you are making the product, or you're a brand, or if you're selling it. You need to have product liability in place, because, like as Gary said, if someone is ingesting anything, right, they can say anything, or maybe something did happen. Maybe it was a bad batch. Maybe things happen, right? But in that situation, how do you protect yourself where that bad day and put you out of business and destroy your reputation and your company?
Yeah, that's a good one. And I want to point something out that I just saw a recent lawsuit, man, for Panera Bread. And I went in there and I did the same thing. And I looked at their menu, right, of these drinks. They got these new lemonades or something. And I wanted one of the ones they had, but then I read closely and I saw that it was heavily caffeinated. It was a highly energy drink, caffeinated drink. A young girl had some sensitivity to caffeine. She went in and got them. They said it was like double Red Bull in that drink. And the girl wound up dying, I believe. I think she died, yeah. And Panera had to put when you go there now, they have big like check boxes and things telling you about it. But that's a huge company, y'all, that fell victim to not having the right policies in place, the right signage in place, the right considerations in place. This is the reason why you need experts like these, like Jeff and Nichelle, to come in and tell you things about what can make you liable, because Panera was definitely liable for what they had done. If they had Jeff and Nichelle, they probably would have told them, hey man, you can't do that. You need to know, you need to make it public. You need to make sure that they check this box or do this or do that like they're doing right now. So yeah, guys, it's really important. There's so many small little things we all overlook as business owners that you really need these third sets of eyes, fourth sets of eyes over your back, watching your back, man. So yeah. All right, another quick question. We're gonna go into questions. Ethereal Gold Dispensary out in Wisconsin. What's up, my man? Wisconsin in the building. Let's go. Wisconsin in the building, baby. Cheeseheads. All right. Is there a difference in the eyes of insurance for hemp versus medical and recreational regular bud? That's a good question. I had to throw that one up. Let's see. Let's get the experts, Ethereal. They're gonna give it to you on a platter, not a silver platter, a green platter. Let's go.
All right, green eggs in hand. Let's go. So to answer the question, yes, there is a difference. They are different things. Actual, I mean, they're different, and as such. There's a lot of conversation around hemp right now, and hemp is in a loophole in a lot of places, right? It's accessible via the Farm Bill of 2018, etc. Right? So it's important to understand that difference between cannabis THC and when we're talking about hemp, right? So insurance companies do look at it differently. It's a different policy. It's a different coverage. They ask different questions on the application, etc. But the coverage is available for both. But underwriting does look at it differently. Yes.
Yeah. Good question, man. Good question. I want to know that definitely. And that's a good one for everybody on the call. You got to think about these small things that make a big difference, right? All right. Ethereal's got another one. Jeff, he says, what's the personal asset coverage called? The personal asset coverage. I'm not sure what he's talking about. You know what he's talking about?
Yeah, but that would be the directors and officers. Again, I'm assuming that the dispensary owner.
Oh, that's right. He's talking about protecting your personal. Okay, yes.
The owner of their dispensary, and what would provide a defense there would be having directors and officers. Officers, owners, directors, management, right? Of your company. That's how you protect your personal assets, to provide a duty to defend from the insurance carrier in the event that someone tried to go after your personal assets. Right.
Good stuff. All right, now one more. He said, would you now Jay Mart, shadowgrowngardens.net. And Jay Mart, that was smart to put your email address as your name, but put your real name on here next time so I can shout you out. Well, what do you say? Is better to look at it as a percentage of a business worth, or is it a flat price? I guess he was talking about us.
You may be referring to the cost of a particular policy, and what I will tell you is that the reason folks ask all the time, well, how much is it? Well, there are too many variables. We just spit something out. The application process will provide the opportunity, for us to understand what your premium is going to be. But the main factors in that, are the amount of your revenue, either projected or last year's sales or whatever the case may be. If you're a $1 million dispensary, you're going to pay X amount, right? If you're a $75 million cultivation, it's going to be something else, right? Or somewhere in between, depending on the size of your business, because insurance is really when it comes to underwriting, they look at your financial exposure. If you're a $500,000 company, it's this. $100 million company, it's that. Right. So we really can't give an estimate. The application process will allow us to quickly come back and say, based on your individual circumstances, this is what you would pay.
Yeah. Good stuff. One more. Fred G says, if you cover the property, should we also carry general property insurance, like what's from the mortgage company?
Yeah, well, in a situation like that, we have to be real careful. A lot of mortgages out there that have clauses in them that say if you are doing something that is deemed to be federally illegal, right? They could end up calling your mortgage, right, or accelerating your note because there's a clause in there that opens you up to scrutiny if you're a cannabis business, but the mortgage on that building doesn't allow for that, right? This is something a lot of folks don't talk about, right? This is a real thing, right? I'm hearing more and more about this. I was sitting yesterday in a meeting where I serve on the cannabis advisory board for a local town here in Jersey, and one of their owners of the businesses was talking about how his attorney got a letter, saying that you cannot, have a mortgage with us and do that business, right? So that's something you want to talk about. Some nuggets. That's one. A lot of time bombs ticking out there right now.
Yeah.
The that you have on that building could very well be an issue, for you. So this is something you talk to your attorney about. You got to get title insurance, on that building, on that mortgage, et cetera, et cetera. And there are title companies that will provide coverage in that situation, but it's not all of them. I know of a few. We know of a few, right? So this is why it's so important that you have yourself in a position where your circle of advisors and your consultants know what they're doing and are asking the right questions to protect you from financial disaster down the road.
Yes, good stuff, boy. Jeff and Michelle on fire today, y'all. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. We got some fiery insurance talk. This ain't no boring insurance talk. We talking real stuff on here, and y'all popping off these questions, so I know y'all listening. So check this out. Dad Rigger in the building. Dad Rigger, big up to you. How expensive is Key Man Insurance? Dad Rigger wants to know what percentage of my insurance portfolio should go to Key Man Insurance. Good question, Dad Rigger. Good question. Let's get Jeff and Michelle on it.
Yep. I'll offer my thought. Michelle certainly, want to hear from her on this as well. But again, like the previous question, I can't just give you a percentage or a number, right? It doesn't. There's so many variables. There's the individual underwriting of the individual looking to be the named insured, age, health, weight, medications, amount of coverage, $1 million, $10 million, $5 million, $7 million. So it's not hard to get that information and come back with a quote. Pretty simple application process to be able to come back with something. But Dab, it's good to have you on here. You're asking the right kinds of questions, right? Because so many folks do not treat their business like a regular business. A lot of folks coming from legacy to legal, right? And they haven't had to do this before, right? Or they work other places where somebody else did all this stuff, right? Now it's you, right? So how are you going to position yourself to protect you if something were to happen where your CEO or your owner or your chief spokesperson or your top salesperson, something happens to them, right? Now what? What are you going to do? You want to add to that?
Yeah, and everyone needs life insurance, but can you guys hear me?
Yes. Yeah, you got to turn down your speaker a little bit because it's feeding back.
Okay.
Turn your volume down a little bit on that end, but we can hear you good. You got good audio.
How's this?
Yeah, better.
Having life insurance, Key Man Insurance, that way the business pays for the life insurance and protects the business owners as well as the family, right? And having that process in place for when someone has a disability or unexpectedly dies. It looks like can you hear me okay?
Yeah, just turn down a little bit more because I still hear that music going in the background a little bit. Just turn down a little bit more. And then when you're not talking, you can turn it back up.
Yeah. And one thing, can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, perfect now.
Okay. So one thing I also want to add, as folks are really building their workforce, a great way to attract and retain your talent is to make sure you have strong employee health benefits. So we provide those core benefits, your medical, your prescription, dental, and vision. And what CannaCoverage, what we've been very innovative in bringing medical cannabis as an employee health benefit, bringing psychedelics, ketamine assisted therapy. And it's the cannabis industry that really needs to lead the charge in showing and proving why we believe that plant-based medicine belongs in healthcare. It's time that we have options for alternatives to opioids and other prescription drugs that are harmful to our bodies, right?
Now, did y'all hear that? Well, hold on, Nichelle. I got to stop you. I got to blow it up real quick. I got to blow that up. I don't think y'all heard what Nichelle just said, y'all. I want to reiterate what she just said. Cannabis and psychedelics as an employee benefit. CannaCoverage is one of the first and only companies out here, my friend. My Jersey brethren, right here on screen, ladies and gentlemen, one and only ones in the United States, bringing this to the forefront, offering cannabis and psychedelics as an employee benefit. That is game-changing, ladies and gentlemen. But go ahead, Nisha. I had to blow it up. Had to blow that one up.
Yeah, I appreciate that because it is critically important. We need to walk it like we talk it. We're building this legal, safe, sustainable industry, and we need to talk about the medicinal benefits. And we know there's over 70 conditions and illnesses that are impacted by medical cannabis, right? And having that data, having employers participate in these types of benefits so we can have the data to really show and prove
that's also another really good point, Nichelle, that you made as well. When you're doing it as an employee benefit, now we can measure productivity. Remember, all corporations are measuring productivity, right? Now we can do it as an employee benefit. You can monitor how much each individual is using. And remember, under normal circumstances, corporate environments, they deter you from being a user. So most people don't use enough that they might need to help their productivity or help the ailments that they really have. But if you go into a company that's offering it as an employee benefit, and now they're encouraging it and they're encouraging responsible use to boost productivity, and we measure those productivity, man, imagine the headlines that are going to come out later. And they say, oh, we thought we just made everybody lazy. Guess what? It's making everybody more productive. They're getting stuff done. Psychedelics, they're getting stuff done. This is a way for us to debunk a big part of the stigma, man. Now, I'm super excited about that. Yeah,
it is, Gary. And I, if I could, I would just add, briefly that stay tuned the next 45, 60 days or so. A major New Jersey city. We're going to make a little news here. I'm not going to tell you who it is just yet, but a major New Jersey city is going to be offering this to their 1,200 employees as a benefit.
Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Because as an insurance professional, what I understand, what Michelle understands as well, is the fact that employers are looking for ways to get their arms around health insurance costs and healthcare costs, right? And one of the ways you do that is to leverage the opportunity for cannabis to be used where medicinally appropriate under a doctor's care, to get better health outcomes, and then also by extension to lower health care costs and health insurance premiums. That will happen. It is already happening in other places where health insurance premiums have come down, where medicinal cannabis has been brought forward as an option for the employees. It's time to do what is medicinally right. It's time to actually follow the science and not the fear. Right? It's about data. It's not about your feelings. It's about data and facts and what's real and what's not. And too often, folks are leading with stigma and feelings. I'm about data and logic, right? It takes some time to get folks there, but when this New Jersey city, steps forward out there, there's going to be other cities that step forward, New Jersey and other parts of the country. And we are proud to be at the forefront of this conversation.
Yes, man. That is big, y'all. That is freaking big news, ladies and gentlemen, man. And we got the people that are doing it right here, man, answering all your questions and making it happen, man. I had one more. We're at 1 o'clock. Oh, my goodness. This went so fast. So much good information. I got two more, then I got to let them go, y'all, real quick. Evan from Grinder Roller in the building. Evan says, what about rolling papers? what are required for rolling? Good question, Evan. What about rolling papers? What type of liability and what type of insurance should you have if you are a rolling paper manufacturer?
In that situation, that's like any other business, you're going to need general liability. Especially if you have a physical location where you're doing your business, you need general liability just for the premises there, slip and fall, etc. Somebody cuts their thumb, whatever it is, you need to have that. And then also you need product liability because you're making the product, right? Making the product that people are going to use in their consumption. And if somebody were, to get sick or something, it may not have been your papers that it was. It could have been the flour, it could have been whatever, etc. It could have been, but you're all getting sued, right? Which is why you need your own product liability coverage and general liability coverage for your business.
Yeah, great question, Evan. Good question, man. And one more Canna Human Resources partner. I guess this is a personal plug. Canna Human Resources partner trying to see if you guys have a need. Does CannaCoverage have certified human resources professional on staff or in your network as Cannabis Human Resources partner? But
yes, we do have folks, not necessarily on staff, but certainly in our network. But we're always looking to have conversations with professionals because the whole HR space within cannabis needs more professionals and needs more structure and needs more knowledge around it, right? So and we serve our role, but we be open to a conversation to cannabis HR partner here that's being listed. So we'd look forward to a connection there. Put your email or something in the chat or whatever. Let's have a conversation.
Let's go. Way to plug. That's what I'm talking about. The real marketing here, baby. Y'all know how we do. Real Canna in the building. This is CannaCoverage, ladies and gentlemen. They have tore it up today. I can't hold them much longer. They have taken out their time, the shells in Martha's Vineyard, and taken out of her vacation time. Jeff's over here grinding out, taking out of his time, getting more money to make sure that we have the information, man. So big up to them, ladies and gentlemen. Big up to CannaCoverage, guys. Jeff and Michelle, how can people get to you if they're looking to get insurance, if they're looking to partner, if they're looking to do other things? What is the best way to get in contact with you guys?
Yeah, well, they can reach us at CannaCoverage.net is our website. They can reach us at CannaCoverage on IG. There's the website there. So those are the best ways to get a hold of us. You can also reach us via email. I'm at j.booker@CannaCoverage.net. And Michelle is at n.santos@CannaCoverage.net.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That way, if you need any goodies, you make sure that you get the insurance coverage from these guys. They gave us a whole lot of jewels today. Really dropped it down, man. That was a phenomenal overview of the insurance industry, as well as a deep dive into some very specifics about cannabis, some very specifics about other types of insurance types that, the regular business owner, we don't tend to think about that until you just need it and you throw it in a desk and you forget about it. But this is much more required, man. And I'm so glad that y'all were here to let everybody know the importance of insurance and why we really need it, man. So big up to CannaCoverage, y'all. Blow them up. Big up to you, Jeff. Big up to Michelle. Y'all going to see them at the conference October 18th and 19th, baby. We're going to do it big. Psychedelics, cannabis, and all that good stuff, man. Any parting words, anything else y'all want to say on the way out, Michelle?
Yeah, my apologies for my technology, but thanks so much for having us for this important conversation. We want to see the advancement of this safe, legal, sustainable industry. So happy to be here.
Let's go. CannaCoverage in the building. Big up to y'all, man. Thank you again. Everybody, de-risk. Holla at them to get it all done, ladies and gentlemen, all right? All right, y'all. Peace out, man. Peace out, Jeff. Big up, man. I told y'all, man, non-stop goodies. Non-stop goodies. That's all we're going to keep plugging around here, man. So much great information that is non-stop that you guys are going to receive. So many goodies, man. I'm telling you. Just tune in every week. We got more and more and more coming your way, guys. I got some real phenomenal guests coming up on this, on the webinars, and we're going to have a lot of fun, man, to make it happen. So big up to everybody for coming through, man. And all of y'all stayed the whole time. Big up to all of y'all for staying the whole time. Y'all really wanted that information. Y'all stayed the whole time, man. Big up to y'all. That's what it's all about, learning, man. So y'all just make sure, man, once again, man, make sure y'all get tickets. Because if you want to hear more stuff like this, you want to get more behind the scenes information and stuff that's just ungoogleable, things you're not going to find anywhere else, you got to come to the conference, baby. Real Canna Conference, realcannabisentrepreneur.com. Go to realcannabisentrepreneur.com to get your tickets right now. Super early birds on sale until midnight. You're getting 70% off, ladies and gentlemen. Tickets only start at $47 right now. That price is going up at midnight. Sorry. You better get it right now, because this one's going to be crazy. So go to realcannabisentrepreneur.com if you want to see more CannaCoverage, you want to see more Jeff and Michelle, give you some more, you want to poly with them, talk to them, all that good stuff, man. This is what we do at Real Cannabis Entrepreneur, ladies and gentlemen. Big up to everybody, man, and all of y'all for staying in there, making it happen, y'all. Big up to you, Melody. Big up to Cannabis Human Resources Partner, Jack Palace in the building. Latiana, big up to you, Sandy, Coconuts and Cannabinoids. Always here, St. Vincent's, OMG, Gaetano's in the building. Grinder Roller, Evans in the building. Valerie, THC, FO, Accounting, always in the building. Ethereal Gold Dispensary, Wisconsin, represent. We got everybody in the building today, man. Fred G, big up to y'all. J Mark, big up to you. Shadow Grown Gardens. Everybody here. Casey Montgomery, let's go, Casey. I missed you today. Casey's in the building. All right, y'all. Having enough fun, man. Make sure y'all go get your tickets. RealCannabisEntrepreneur.com. I'm RealCannabisEntrepreneur.com. Get your tickets now. The prices are going up tonight. Get them dirt cheap right now. So you can be in the building. This is going to be the most networking extravaganza that you have ever seen. I got systems in place and so many other things that is going to blow this thing out of the water. So guys, don't miss it. Grab your tickets. We're